Hey, what's up, coin collectors? Welcome back to the channel. So you've probably dug through your old pennies, right? Looking for those rare finds that could make you a millionaire? Well, I'm here to tell you about one specific penny, one that could be hiding in your change jar right now, worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. And no, I'm not talking about a penny from the future where pennies are somehow worth more than Bitcoin. Today, we're talking about the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. It's got more value than your entire couch change combined. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just look at your pocket change in a whole new light. Let's dive in. Alright, let's kick things off with the basics. First off, let's talk about what makes the 1978 no-mint mark penny so special. In case you're wondering, the mint mark is the little letter on the penny that tells you where it was made. A D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and P, yes, there is a P mint mark, for Philadelphia. But the 1978 no-mint mark penny? That's the odd one out. And not in a bad way. This little guy is the rare one. In fact, it's believed that only a small number of them were accidentally struck with no mint mark, making it a very rare and highly valuable piece for collectors. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, cool, but why is it worth $1.5 million? Well, let me tell you, these pennies didn't get their value overnight. They were made in the year 1978 when the U.S. Mint, for whatever reason, forgot to put the mint mark on certain Lincoln pennies. Imagine you're working late at the mint, and you're like, ugh, who cares about the mint mark? Let's just get these pennies out the door. Well, turns out, that little oversight turned into a huge payday for some lucky collector. Now, here's the part where I really need to get your attention. These rare pennies aren't just collecting dust in someone's attic. Nope. The current market value of a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can hit up to $1.5 million. I'm not joking. These things are hot on the collector's market, and if you stumble upon one, you might just want to take it to a coin expert and get it appraised. But wait, there's more. You've heard the expression, not all pennies are created equal, right? Well, in the world of rare coins, this is especially true. The 1978 no-mint mark penny is just one example of how a seemingly insignificant coin can turn into a financial jackpot. But remember, not every penny from 1978 is worth millions, only the ones missing that mint mark. So, don't get too excited and start hoarding every 1978 penny you find. Trust me, I've been there. I remember when I first got into coin collecting. Back when I thought finding a shiny penny meant I had struck gold. I spent hours sifting through rolls of pennies, hoping to find a rare one. I even convinced myself that every penny had to be valuable because, hey, if you're not looking, you might miss a diamond in the rough. So one day, I'm doing my thing, opening pennies like I'm on some treasure hunt. I find a 1978 penny and I think, this is it! I'm rich! Of course, after a thorough inspection, I realized it had the mint mark. I was so disappointed. But I'm telling you, as much as I want you to find one of these rare pennies, you've got to be careful. Only a 1978 penny without that mint mark is what could make you millions. The rest? Well, they're still cool, but they're not quite the golden ticket. Alright, so here's the takeaway. If you find a 1978 penny, check it for the mint mark. If it's missing, you could be looking at a serious payday. Who knew that this tiny, unassuming penny could be worth more than a brand new car or a down payment on a house? Before you go diving into your couch cushions or scouring through your coin jar, though, just remember, rare pennies like this one don't come around often. But the good news is, if you do find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, if you want more tips on how to spot those rare, valuable coins that could change your life, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. 1967 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might not think much of a penny at first glance, but some of these little coins are worth millions of dollars. So, if you're holding on to a 1967 penny without a mint mark, this video could change the way you look at that small piece of copper. Stick around to find out why it's worth so much and how to identify one in your collection. Let's start by talking about the coin itself. The 1967 Lincoln penny, just like every other Lincoln penny, features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. It was designed by Victor David Brenner and has been a symbol of American coinage since it first appeared in 1909. What sets the 1967 penny apart from other years is its unique absence of a mint mark. Mint marks are typically stamped on coins to indicate where they were made, whether at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint D, or the San Francisco Mint S. However, the 1967 penny that lacks a mint mark is particularly sought after by collectors. And here's why. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to look at why the mint mark is missing. In 1967, the U.S. Mint at Philadelphia produced the majority of coins without any mint mark, including the penny. This was a bit unusual since the Denver Mint usually stamped a D on coins produced there. The Philadelphia Mint, however, didn't add a mint mark to coins that came from that facility in 1967. Why does this matter? In the world of coin collecting, mint marks are essential because they provide a sense of rarity. In this case, the lack of a mint mark creates an air of mystery and scarcity around these 1967 pennies. Since most people didn't know the difference back then, many of these pennies were spent or simply discarded without a second thought. But today, this makes them incredibly valuable to collectors and investors. Now, the million-dollar question: how much is a 1967 no mint mark penny worth? Well, the value can vary based on its condition and where it's sold, but we're talking about some serious money here. In general, a 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny in average condition might only be worth a few dollars. However, in higher grades, like a pristine, uncirculated specimen, the value jumps significantly. Coins in mint condition have sold for up to $1.8 million at auctions, with one particularly famous coin fetching a staggering $1.90 million. The reason these pennies are worth so much is their rarity, the unique conditions under which they were produced, and their appeal to collectors. A lot of people who are new to the world of coin collecting don't realize just how valuable something as small as a penny can be. But trust me, this coin is worth paying attention to. How can you tell if you have one of these rare and valuable pennies in your collection? Let's go over the key features to look for. First, you'll need to check the obverse of the coin, the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. If you see no mint mark, then you have a potential candidate. Next, examine the coin's overall condition. Coins in uncirculated or almost mint condition will have a sharp, clear design with no signs of wear. The sharper the details, the higher the value. Look for coins that have minimal discoloration or damage, as these will be the most sought after by collectors. If your coin is graded as MS65 or higher, you may be looking at a coin worth a lot more than face value. Now that you know how to identify the coin, let's talk about its investment potential. As a coin collector or investor, finding a rare penny like the 1967 no mint mark Lincoln is not just about the novelty. It's also about the potential for your coin's value to appreciate over time. The market for rare coins has been growing steadily, with collectors continuing to place high demand on pennies like the 1967 no mint mark. It's important to remember that the value of these coins can fluctuate depending on the market, but if you're lucky enough to find one in great condition, it's possible to make a substantial profit. Coins like this have shown consistent growth in value, and the scarcity factor ensures that it could continue to rise. If you're fortunate enough to own a 1967 no mint mark penny and are considering selling it, there are a few ways you can go about it. You could sell it through auction houses, which often handle rare and valuable coins. You can also sell to reputable dealers or list it on specialized online platforms where collectors and investors congregate. Just make sure you get the coin professionally graded and appraised to ensure you're getting the highest possible price for your treasure. With the right research and connections, you could see that penny turn into $1 million payday. So, there you have it. The 1967 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is far more than just a simple coin. It's a rare, valuable piece of history that could be sitting in your pocket or collection right now. If you think you might have one, take a close look, and don't let it slip through your fingers. 1979 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you're a collector or just curious about rare coins, you're in the right place. Let's start by talking about what makes the 1979 no-mint Mark penny so special. As with many rare coins, it's all about the details. A mint mark, which is typically placed on the coin to indicate where it was produced, was missing on some 1979 pennies. Most of us are familiar with the Denver D mint mark or the Philadelphia P mint mark, but what if the mint mark is simply absent? Well, that's where the magic happens. The 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of those highly sought-after errors, and it has been catching the attention of collectors and investors alike. This particular penny stands out due to its scarcity and the fact that it was released during a time of significant changes in U.S. coinage production. In 1979, the U.S. Mint switched up its process, and for a brief period, some of the Lincoln pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint without the traditional P mint mark. This error was not intended, but it's what gives these coins their incredible value today. So, what is this coin worth? As of today, the value of the 1979 no-mint Mark penny can range significantly, depending on its condition. But the real kicker, the real reason this penny can command a high price, is its rarity, especially in pristine, uncirculated condition. For a coin that's in extremely fine or better condition, you can expect a price tag in the range of several $1,000s. But if you have one that's graded as being in mint state or has a high grade from a reputable coin grading service, we're talking about an entirely different ballgame. In some cases, this rare 1979 no-mint Mark penny has been valued at a staggering $1 million or more. But how does this happen? How does a penny, which many might dismiss as a low-value coin, become worth so much? Well, it all comes down to the combination of rarity and demand. These coins are rare because they were produced during a specific time in history when the minting process was not perfect. As time passed, these pennies have become increasingly hard to find, especially in excellent condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for such anomalies, and the demand continues to drive the price higher. If we take a look at market trends, you can see that the value of the 1979 no-mint Mark penny has been steadily rising. From a few $100s when it was first discovered to the high-value numbers we see today, it's clear that this penny has become one of the most sought-after in modern coinage history. If you're lucky enough to own a 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, you might want to have it evaluated by a professional. Coin grading services can determine its exact worth, which can vary depending on factors like its condition, any additional unique characteristics, and even its provenance, where it's been and how it's been kept over the years. Interestingly, these pennies also have an exciting future in auctions. As the years go by, this coin's rarity will only become more pronounced, and the demand from collectors worldwide is likely to continue increasing. So, if you happen to stumble upon a 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, don't just toss it into your spare change jar. Take a closer look. It could be worth far more than you ever imagined. In conclusion, the 1979 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a rare and valuable coin that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. Its current market value can climb to an impressive $1 million or more, especially if it's in top-notch condition. The rarity, the historical context, and the demand for this penny all combined to create a coin that is nothing short of extraordinary. 1981 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think it's just another penny, but you'd be wrong. This coin is worth a fortune in today's market. So let's break down why this seemingly ordinary penny has a value that could leave you in awe. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be looking at your pocket change with a whole new perspective. What makes the 1981 no-mint mark penny special? At first glance, the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might seem like nothing special. After all, it's just another piece of currency from the early 1980s. However, it's the lack of a mint mark that makes it so intriguing. In the United States, mint marks have been used to show where a coin was minted. For example, you'll usually see a D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and P for Philadelphia. In 1981, the Philadelphia Mint made most of the pennies without placing a mint mark on them. However, a small batch of pennies was produced that had no mint mark at all. These specific 1981 pennies are the ones that collectors go wild over. Why does this matter? Because the absence of a mint mark makes the coin more unique, and rarity is a huge factor in determining a coin's value. The story behind the 1981 no mint mark penny. Now let's talk about how this penny came to be. In 1981, there was a shift in how the U.S. Mint handled production. While many pennies were produced in Philadelphia without mint marks, a few rare examples escaped the mint process with no indication of where they were minted. The mistake wasn't immediately noticed, which is why these pennies didn't get pulled from circulation. The 1981 no mint mark penny quickly became a subject of intrigue. For years, collectors believed that these coins might have been special error coins, but it wasn't until years later that they were recognized as an incredibly rare find. What makes the 1981 no mint mark penny truly fascinating is that, over time, its value has soared. In the past decade alone, its worth has appreciated by a significant amount, making it one of the hottest commodities in the world of coin collecting. Current market value of the 1981 no mint mark penny. So, what's the current market value of this coin? Well, a typical 1981 no mint mark penny in decent condition might be worth around $50 to $100. But hold on, this is where it gets really exciting. Coins in higher grades, particularly those in uncirculated condition, have been known to fetch much higher prices. Some of the most sought-after 1981 no mint mark pennies have been sold for as much as $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million. These rare pennies can bring in astonishing amounts due to their rarity and the growing demand from collectors. Keep in mind, the value of these coins fluctuates depending on factors like the coin's condition, its certification, and the rarity of the specific example. What determines the value of the 1981 no mint mark penny? There are several factors that contribute to the value of a 1981 no mint mark penny. Condition. Like most coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that are in uncirculated condition are far more valuable than those that have been used and show signs of wear. Rarity. While there were many 1981 pennies made without mint marks, they weren't all rare. The exact number of these no mint mark pennies is still debated, but they're considered extremely rare, and rarity equals value. Certification. Coins that are certified by reputable organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, tend to sell for higher prices. Certification ensures the coin's authenticity and quality, making it more attractive to buyers. Demand. The demand for rare coins, like the 1981 no mint mark penny, has increased over time, as more collectors and investors are realizing the potential value of these coins. As demand rises, so does the price. How to identify a 1981 no mint mark penny? So, how can you identify if your penny is one of these rare specimens? First, look at the coin closely. If you see an Abraham Lincoln portrait on the front and the year 1981 and there's no mint mark, then it's a candidate. But that's not all. Check the condition of the coin. If it's shiny and uncirculated, it's worth more than a penny that's been through years of circulation. If you've got one of these coins, your next step should be to get it professionally graded and authenticated by an expert. Where can you sell your 1981 no mint mark penny? Now that you know how valuable this penny can be, you're probably wondering where you can sell it. The best place to sell your rare coin is through reputable coin dealers or at auctions that specialize in rare coins. Some of the most well-known auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen record-breaking sales for rare pennies, like this one. Make sure to do your research before you sell, though. You want to make sure that you're working with a trustworthy dealer who will give you the best price for your rare coin. Why does the 1981 no mint mark penny matter? This penny is more than just a coin. It's a reminder of the fascinating world of numismatics, where history, rarity, and value collide. The 1981 no mint mark penny exemplifies how small mistakes in production can lead to big rewards for collectors. It also shows how a seemingly insignificant coin can be worth more than you ever imagined. In the world of coin collecting, the value of a coin isn't always about the year it was produced or the materials used. It's about rarity, condition, and demand. The 1981 no mint mark penny is the perfect example of how those factors can turn an everyday coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Conclusion: there you have it. The 1981 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a true hidden gem in the world of rare coins. From its mysterious lack of a mint mark to its jaw-dropping market value, this penny has earned its place in numismatic history. So, before you toss any pennies into your spare change jar, take a moment to inspect them. You never know. One of those seemingly ordinary coins might just be worth a fortune. 1988 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This little coin has been making waves in the collector's market, with rumors swirling about it being worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. But is that really true? Stick around as we uncover the real value of this penny, its history, and why it's caught the attention of collectors everywhere. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss a coin-related video. Now let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. The 1988 penny, produced by the United States Mint, is, at first glance, just another 1-cent coin featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse. But what sets this coin apart from the standard 1988 pennies is the mysterious absence of a mint mark. You see, normally, pennies from the U.S. Mint will feature a mint mark indicating where they were made. If it's a D, that means the coin was minted in Denver. If it's an S, it's from San Francisco. But in 1988, the coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint did not have a mint mark, and this is where the story gets interesting. For most collectors, a mint mark is just a regular part of the coin. But when a coin is missing a mint mark, it catches the eye of experts. And that's what has led some to believe that certain 1988 pennies could be worth a fortune. Now, the question on everyone's mind: why is the 1988 no mint mark penny so valuable? The answer lies in its rarity and the collector's market. While there are no records suggesting that the Philadelphia Mint intentionally left the mint mark off the 1988 pennies, it's believed that the missing mark could be the result of an error, possibly due to a malfunction during the minting process. This kind of error makes the coin unique, and in the world of coin collecting, rarity and uniqueness can drive a coin's price up significantly. Although most 1988 no mint mark pennies are still worth just 1 cent in circulation, certain specimens, especially those in excellent condition, have been known to fetch much higher prices at auctions. The highest prices for this coin are often seen in error coin auctions, where collectors are willing to pay a premium for something out of the ordinary. But how much exactly could one of these pennies be worth? Let's dive into the market value. When it comes to valuing this coin, the condition is everything. A typical circulated 1988 penny without a mint mark is likely worth only a few cents above face value. However, when we're talking about coins in near mint or mint condition, prices can escalate. A 1988 no mint mark penny in pristine condition could be worth around $100 to $200 or more. But the real eye-popping figures come when rare specimens or coins in exceptional condition, sometimes even with additional errors, hit the auction block. It's not unheard of for these coins to fetch upwards of $1,000 at auction, and on occasion, a particularly rare find has been known to sell for even more. Now, the million-dollar question: could this coin ever reach $1 million valuation? While there have been some over-the-top claims on certain coin forums and auction houses, we're looking at a much smaller figure when it comes to realistic expectations for the 1988 no mint mark penny. Most estimates place its value in the $100 to $2,000 range, depending on its condition, rarity, and potential buyer interest. But there's always the possibility that a unique example could fetch even higher prices in the future if interest in error coins continues to grow. If you think you might have a 1988 no mint mark penny in your collection, it's important to know how to spot it. While it may seem obvious at first, it's easy to mistake a 1988 penny from the Philadelphia Mint for a regular coin. Here's what you should look for. Check the date carefully. If it's 1988 and has no mint mark, you've already got an error coin on your hands. Take a close look at the lower right area of the obverse, just beneath Abraham Lincoln's bust. If you don't see a D or S, it's a no mint mark penny. The higher the quality, the more valuable the coin. Look for pennies that are free from wear, scratches, or discoloration. Coins in mint condition will have crisp details and a clean surface. If you're lucky enough to own a 1988 no mint mark penny and think it might be worth something special, you have a few options for selling it. The best place to start is by having the coin professionally graded by a company like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC). These organizations can provide an accurate assessment of your coin's grade and potential value. Once you've got your coin graded, consider selling it at one of the many online auction platforms dedicated to rare coins, like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections. You can also visit local coin dealers or attend numismatic shows to find the right buyer. So, while the 1988 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny isn't quite the $1 million coin that some might hope for, it still holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Its rarity, unique characteristics, and potential for future value make it a sought-after piece for numismatists worldwide. If you happen to have one in your collection, it's worth taking the time to assess its condition and see if it could be worth more than just 1 cent. That's all for today's video, folks. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1988 no mint mark penny. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin that turned out to be worth more than you expected. 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a fascinating coin that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. Many people overlook pennies, thinking they are just small change, but in reality, some rare pennies have sold for millions of dollars at auctions. Today, we will explore why this coin is special, what to look for, and how much it could be worth in the current market. First, let's talk about why the 1994 penny does not have a mint mark. In 1994, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents without a mint mark. This was standard practice since Philadelphia pennies traditionally do not carry a mint mark. However, within this large production, certain errors and rare varieties make some of these pennies extremely valuable. One of the key factors that determine a coin's value is its condition. If you find a 1994 penny in circulated condition, it may only be worth face value. However, if the coin is in uncirculated condition or graded highly by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, it can be worth much more. Coins graded MS67 or higher are rare and can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Now, let's talk about the rare errors that make the 1994 no-mint mark penny valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse. This occurs when the design is accidentally struck twice, causing noticeable doubling on Lincoln's face, the inscriptions, or the date. A 1994 penny with a strong double die error can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to over $10,000, depending on its condition. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. If the design is not properly aligned during minting, the coin may have an off-center appearance. Depending on how much of the design is missing, an off-center 1994 penny can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s. One of the most exciting and rarest errors found in the 1994 Lincoln penny is the broad strike error. This happens when the coin is struck without a retaining collar, causing it to expand beyond its normal size. Broad strike pennies can be valuable, especially in high grades, with prices reaching up to $5,000 or more. So, how does a 1994 no-mint mark penny reach $1 million value? The answer lies in extreme rarity, historical significance, and collector demand. If a unique, previously undiscovered error penny were to surface in pristine condition, its value could skyrocket at an auction. In past cases, rare Lincoln pennies have reached 6 or 7 figures due to bidding wars among collectors. In today's market, a high-grade, rare error 1994 penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in an extraordinary case, it could even break the $1 million mark. The key is authentication. If you think you have a valuable penny, get it professionally graded and certified by a trusted company like PCGS or NGC. Now, where can you sell a rare 1994 Lincoln penny? Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections specialize in rare coins and can help maximize your profit. Online marketplaces like eBay, Etsy, and coin dealer websites also provide opportunities to sell to collectors. If you have a 1994 penny, check for errors, examine its condition, and research recent auction results to estimate its value. You might be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. 1995 Lincoln penny might seem like an ordinary coin, but what if I told you that some of these coins have been sold for astonishing amounts reaching up to millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from 1995 with the Denver Mint Mark D has made collectors go crazy due to its rarity, errors, and unique qualities. Now, you might be wondering what makes this penny so special. Why would someone pay an incredible amount for a coin that most people overlook? The truth is there are rare variations and errors that make certain 1995 Lincoln pennies worth a fortune. So let's break it down step by step and understand what to look for in your pocket change or coin collection. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1995 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why it carries the D Mint mark right below the year on the obverse, or front side of the coin. This coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which was used from 1959 to 2008, showing the famous Lincoln Memorial on the back. Now, most 1995 pennies are worth only their face value, but some rare ones, with major errors and high-quality preservation, can be worth thousands or even millions. One of the most famous errors on this coin is the double die obverse, also known as DDO. This error happens when the coin's design is imprinted twice, slightly misaligned, creating a doubled effect on certain letters and numbers. The most noticeable doubling is found on the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If you have a 1995 penny with this doubling, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Another factor that makes a 1995 penny valuable is its condition. Coin collectors use a grading scale to determine a coin's quality, ranging from poor to mint state. A coin in mint state 65 or higher, with no scratches, dents, or discoloration, can fetch thousands of dollars. The higher the grade, the more valuable it becomes. Now let's talk real numbers. A regular 1995 penny in circulated condition is worth only 1 cent, but if you have a mint state 67 or 68 graded penny with a double die obverse, its value skyrockets. One of these rare high-grade pennies has been sold for over $50,000 at auctions, and the record-breaking 1995 penny with an extreme error and perfect condition was sold for an unbelievable $1.80 million. Imagine finding one of these pennies in your pocket change. That's why it's so important to check every coin carefully. You never know if you're holding $1 million treasure. So what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1995 penny? First, examine it under a magnifying glass to check for the double die obverse error. Look closely at the letters "In Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see clear doubling, you might have a rare coin. Next, check the overall condition. If it looks shiny with no major damage, you should consider getting it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified high-grade coin will always sell for a higher price if you confirm that your 1995 penny is rare. You can take it to an auction house or sell it through reputable coin dealers or online platforms like eBay and Heritage Auctions. Some collectors are willing to pay big money for these rare pennies. Before we wrap up, here's a quick tip: keep an eye on other Lincoln pennies too, because some modern coins are worth huge amounts due to rare errors and minting mistakes. You never know when you might come across another $1 million penny, so don't ignore those small coins in your pocket. Check your change, because you might be holding a hidden fortune in the form of a 1995 Lincoln penny. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest updates about rare coins and their shocking value. Stay tuned for more exciting coin discoveries. 2003 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The 2003 penny was minted in the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it has no mint mark. Millions of these pennies were produced for circulation, but some rare error varieties and high-grade specimens have skyrocketed in value over the years. Not every 2003 no mint mark penny is worth a fortune. However, there are a few key features that could make your coin extremely valuable. First is error coins. Some 2003 pennies have unique errors such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, or missing clad layers. These errors make them rare and highly sought after by collectors. A double die penny can show visible doubling on Lincoln's face, or the inscriptions like "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you have a well-defined error, your penny could be worth thousands to millions. Second is high-grade condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect condition. A 2003 no mint mark penny in MS67 or MS68 condition is exceptionally rare. Collectors and investors pay huge amounts for pennies in this pristine state. If your coin looks shiny, has no visible scratches, and appears nearly flawless under a magnifying glass, it could be a jackpot. Third is full red color. Coins are classified into 3 categories based on color: red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. A full red penny is the most valuable because it retains its original luster. A 2003 Lincoln penny graded MS68 red has been auctioned for thousands of dollars, and some rare finds could fetch even more current market value. So, how much is a 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth today? In circulated condition, most 2003 pennies are only worth face value of 1 cent. However, in uncirculated condition, prices rise dramatically. A mint state MS65 red penny sells for around $50 to $200. An MS67 red penny can bring in $500 to $5,000 depending on the demand and the auction house. An extremely rare MS-68 red penny has been known to sell for over $10,000 to $15,000 at major auctions. But the real game changers are the highly sought-after error coins and one-of-a-kind pieces. Some unique error coins and ultra-high grades have sold for hundreds of thousands to even millions of dollars. If an exceptionally rare variety is discovered, collectors might be willing to pay up to $1.5 million or more. Now, you might be wondering how to check if you have one of these valuable pennies. Step 1. Use a magnifying glass to look for any errors like doubling in the letters, off-center strikes, or missing elements on the coin. Step 2. Check the color of the penny. If it still has its original red luster with no major scratches, it could be worth grading. Step 3. Weigh your coin. A normal 2003 Lincoln penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If your penny is significantly lighter or heavier, it could be a rare planchet error. Step 4. Consider getting it graded. If you suspect your penny is in high condition, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will authenticate and assign a grade, which determines its market value. The 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might seem like an ordinary coin, but hidden treasures exist in rare varieties, errors, and high-grade examples. If you find the right one, you could be holding a penny worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So start checking your pocket change. Look through old coin collections, and who knows? Your next penny could make you a millionaire. 2006 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a fascinating coin that has caught the attention of collectors and coin enthusiasts alike. While most 2006 pennies are only worth face value, there are some rare error coins and high-grade specimens that can command significant prices in the market. When discussing the value of the 2006 penny, it is important to consider its condition and any unique errors that may be present. Coins that have been well preserved and graded by professional grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, can fetch premium prices. A regular 2006 penny in circulated condition is typically worth 1 cent, but if it is in uncirculated condition, it could be worth a few dollars depending on the grade. The real excitement comes when collectors discover rare errors or high MS graded coins. Error coins such as double die-verse off-center strikes or coins with missing elements can significantly increase the value. Some error coins have been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. Additionally, a 2006 penny that achieves an MS-68 or higher grade can fetch impressive prices from collectors willing to pay for pristine examples. One notable sale of a high-grade 2006 penny reached several $1,000s at auction due to its exceptional condition and rarity in top grades. While it is uncommon for a 2006 penny to be valued in the millions, like some older rare coins, it is still possible for collectors to find valuable specimens in circulation or in coin rolls. If you want to determine the value of your 2006 penny, consider getting it graded by a professional service. Look for key indicators such as sharp details, minimal wear, and any noticeable errors that could increase its worth. Always stay updated with the latest market trends and auction results to get a better understanding of what collectors are currently willing to pay.